Okay, I don't know if anybody's here. Uh, Let me see who, somebody messaged me. Let me check on that. I'm guessing somebody's trying to find me. Yep, yep, everybody's trying to find me. Yep. Trying again. Trying again. Okay, I don't know if anybody can find me. Hopefully it'll go through this time. It says I'm back on. There's Joyce. Yay! Joyce, that would not be fun. That would mean my internet would go on. Joyce found me, Janet. Hopefully a few more of you will. Somebody else is watching. There we go. There's Miss Janet. There she is. Can you see me, Janet? All right, there Miss Lori is. So at least I'm back on, right? Can you guys see everything? Oh my goodness. That just was not pleasant. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do it this way. Lori's back. Yay, Lori's back. I'm back. Yes, I'm good. All right, gosh. That wasn't fun. I have to tell you guys, I had to go clear out. I had to shut the computer down. I had to restart everything. It would not let me shut half of what was on off. So Jeffrey said the internet was working fine for him, so it wasn't just the internet, so I don't know exactly what it was, but all of a sudden everything was locked up. It was locked up on my end too. So just so you know, wasn't just y'all. Okay, as I said, I don't like the fact that this card is all white, so I am just getting some papers, some book pages that was like the background piece that I chose. And I may put an image. Oh yeah, I'll put an image on it. Give it something to do. And I'm just going to continue this until people find me. Hopefully everybody will be able to find me again. That was not fun. Oh no, what happened? Oh, did Joyce... Oh, Joyce, honey, did you fall? I've missed that. I apologize. I didn't know you had fallen. Cracked? Oh, yuck. Well, honestly, there's not a lot they do for them. Jeff busted up some ribs playing basketball one time, and they didn't do much. They just kind of said, well, you got broken ribs. I told him that basketball was not supposed to be a contact sport, but, you know, he doesn't necessarily listen to me. Hi there, Lisa. I'm just gluing some papers to the front of my card because I'm going to put it on my base piece, and I didn't like that it was bright white on my base piece. So next time I might actually use a piece of colored cardstock. That way it will be, I don't know, maybe I won't do this the next time. Maybe I won't have to cover it, whatever. I don't know, because maybe I'll make it part of the thing. Janet? You're not? Still? Can you refresh, hon? Because I'm here. Dang. Okay, Lisa can see me, so I'm gonna message Janet. There she is. Okay. Whew. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, guys. Like I said, I had to actually log off the computer, shut it down completely, and come back on. So I think I heard that Mary had trouble here recently too. I can't, and I don't know who all else I've heard has had trouble. Oh, I guess I need another piece. This is the prettiest color of paper. It's just the prettiest color. I just love the ancient look of it. Okay. Oh, the new live wasn't showing up. Well, and see, I'm not sure how it went back on because, thanks, Mary. Okay. I just covered up the white of my card is all I did. And now I'm looking for my scissors so that I can trim this out. There we go. Because I'm going to put it on a base and bind it as a book later, the white card stuck in the middle of my base looked kind of funky. So I covered it with the same as is on my base. Okay. And I'll explain again what my plan is here. Okay, so now my card front has something on it, and it could just be a card front. And now my pop-up looks like that. Okay, And now I have this base piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue my pop-up to the base piece, like so. So that when I bind it, the plan is I'm going to bind it, and I'm going to do a single sheet binding, kind of like the Copic stitch, but probably more that slip knot binding, because I really like that one. It's easy. Okay, but then I can take this back side and I can put these pieces that I cut out to show into a pocket back here. Okay, like so. And I'll put another sheet on here so that I can put a pocket so that I have them together, because I end up with these pieces that I probably need again to show somebody something, and I don't have a place for them. So that is my reason for putting it in a book that's like this. If you didn't want to do that, you could put a second pop-up back here on this page. Okay? And that would be really cool, because then you would have a pop-up here, and then when I turned the page, I would have a pop-up there. Okay. And then we also talked about the fact that if you wanted, you could make your pop-up like this, and I'm going to do all my pop-ups on 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock, and then put another one together like that. Okay? And you could put them together where they were glued together so that you had another piece. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do at this point, but I'm going to glue mine to this. And I'm just going to use me some Chucky glue. So basically for next week's project, you'll want similar things. You'll want cardstock. I'm going to use the base of the what do you call it? Cereal box. Images kind of thing. And I'm going to work at this really hard. I'm going to measure and all that. I'm just going to put it on there, sort of in the center. Okay, so like so. All right, now then, this is kind of boring, and I have this fun image out. So I think I'm going to mount this image on there. It needs something around the edge of it, is the deal. Oh. No, too much black. Nope, don't like that either. Hello, Dawn. I don't like any of it, so I may go back to black. That's cream colored. What about cream colored? Gold? I don't think I have any, Nina. What about maybe gold? Do I have a gold marker? Probably not. Let's see what we've got. Let's see if this will work. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is cut this out of this cream and then put some gold on it. Hi, Barbara. We made a pop-up. Here, I'll show you. Can you see? Came out pretty cool. So what I'm doing now is, this is boring, so I'm getting ready to put an image on the front just to have an image on the front, just to have something there rather than nothing, because it looks so boring. Okay, that's okay. 3.5 ought to do it. And bye. Also, Barbara, we had a little issue. I had to shut the computer down and start over again. So this video is going to be in 2 parts for anybody who wasn't here earlier. That's 4.5, so let's make it 4 and, or just a hair under 5, I think. Should work. Yeah, it works. Yep, Mina, hi. Sorry guys, that I don't know what happened. I have no idea. Jeff said his internet was working fine and mine was just gone. I don't know if it was my computer or the software or just what it was. But I ended up, nothing, it was all froze up. This just froze up completely. So I had to shut the computer down. Just I'm just making a little border. It's not going to show that much, but it's just something other than just white paper. Yeah. I actually might put black around it then. So let's put this. Well, that's good, Barbara. Janet couldn't even, gave her a notification and then she couldn't even get to it. So it's, I don't know, it's freaky. I don't have the best stream today, but we've got bad weather. So, I mean, I can tell on my, by the stream function is not really great, is the deal. I can tell that. Okay, so when I got this on there, I don't particularly like it. It's just a little boring still, so I think I'm going for a piece of black. Yeah, that's better. So what is this? This is 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. Sorry, it was the math thing. I have to think. Did I get it right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. There we go. Oh, okay. Great, Susan. Everything just froze. It was just interesting. There's never a dull moment when you do a live stream. I will tell you it's hot in here this afternoon. Jeff had to come in. He's out shoveling those rocks again. His dad brought him more pipes, so I guess he gets to dig another ditch, which is always, I'm sure, a fun thing. Not. There we go. There, that looks better. Now, I don't know that that has to do with our castle, but, you know, it's interesting. Becky, are you still here? Did Becky come back? Rent a little cat. Honey, you can't. Jeff looked at all kinds of equipment, and you can't get the equipment in the spot. There, it's too close between the neighbor's fence and the outbuilding. Thanks, Mary. I like it. I think it came out kind of cool. How did yours come out? Do you like it? Did you have fun? I can't wait to see it. He looked at ditch diggers, Susan. He looked at all kinds of things as far as trying to do that kind of a thing. To try to dig the ditches. Anyways, he ended up, oh good. I'm glad, Mary. Can't wait to see it. Okay, so guys, I'm going to hold it up like this. But that's what the pop-up looks like. Maybe a tiller. There again, there were so many. Yep. Actually, Susan, he's already dug most of it. It's just another small ditch that he has to dig. Not details. Well, you know, that's okay. I like it too. I think it came out cute for just grabbing at the last minute images. So that is our pop-up for today. Now, it's a little early. I have a little chore I need to do. Do you guys want to hang around? Or do you want to go do something else? Yes, it's a Renaissance castle. Well, you know, this little car is pretty old. And we have parachuters. But I really like it. I think it came out fun. That's what matters. It came out fun. Hang around. Okay. Yes, Susan, you could do all kinds of things with it. I mean, and just remember that all of these pieces, this piece is pulled up by this piece, which is pulled up by that piece. And you can continue that all the way out. So if you had this piece as your stars, then all of these pieces could be planets. Travel card. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Okay. Well, then I'll show you what I need to do to get to done. Oh, before I forget, don't forget, guys, I'm going to go get the stuff I need to work on, and I'll be right back. I'll leave that sit there for a minute. Oh dear. I've made such a mess I can't get out again. Ugh. That was a big noise, sorry. What I need to do is, it's that time of year again. Thanks, Joyce. Yes, that's right. The folding card makes the next fold. That's right, Susan. Okay. I don't remember if you guys, how many of you were around last year when we did these? I belong to a group that's it's a Santa Rosa Art Association group, and every year in the fall we decorate composition notebooks, and I managed to get these very inexpensively. They were $1 or less. I might have gotten them for even less than a quarter. But every year we decorate these comp books for kids that live at the homeless shelter. And I have some fun papers that came out of a sample. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. They came out of a sample wallpaper book, a wallpaper sample book. Yeah, Barbara, they do it every year. Last year, I actually painted little creatures that I decorated them with. I don't have time to do that this year. And these kids' pages were in the wallpaper book. So that's what's going to get put on here. I figure it's better to do something than it is to do nothing, and this will be way fun. It's to make them more individualized so that these kids have something besides these cheap books to... Yeah, remember the fun little creatures I made last year? Words are hard sometimes. Yes, words are hard sometimes, Becky. I was going to ask you a question and now I forgot what it was. Oh, did you get fun stuff at the bins? That's what I was going to ask you. If you got fun stuff at the bins. Okay, 6 3/4 inches wide. By 9 3/4 inches tall. What? That can't be right. Really? Okay. Oh, wow. On a Saturday? That never happens to me. On everything? Whoa. That would have been nice. Okay. This piece is not exactly straight. That's better. Oh, cool, Becky. Okay, sounds like a deal. I will be watching. Okay, 6 3/4 by 9 3/4. Is that right? 9 3/4. I'm hoping this little piece will be enough to put on the top of the other piece that's too short. So that is my plan. If it works. Well, see, 9 3/4 isn't quite big enough. Well, it's gonna have to do. Oh, Mary's your camera out? So it was you that was having trouble. Well, Susan, it's just going to be that way because this is the back, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, I better get some wax paper. And I am using tacky glue because this is wallpaper. Last year I painted everything and I used tacky glue to stick everything down, but this year I'm not going to take the time to try to paint anything. Oh, I see. Well, obviously something I hadn't tried to stream since the first, so this was the first time, but I haven't had a good stream all morning, so I don't know. But then I streamed the way I had always streamed, which is through OBS, and that wasn't working so well. So we'll see. By the way, guys, don't forget that Tuesday is our August book that we're going to be working on. Over on Lisa's channel, there is a video. We're going to be making the triangle square book with Copic stitch binding that Hannah made for Lisa's giveaway, and Hannah is going to be our guest. They did a great job making the video so that Hannah could be on it. I guess I don't need wax paper, that's all right there. Well, it just froze up on me, Mary, so I don't know. It might just be my stream, it might be my computer, it might have been them. I have no idea. Okay. Now, is this going to be a big enough piece to... Yes! Oh, goody. Yes, we're going to make that book on Tuesday on Lisa's channel at noon Central. I'd say be there or be square, but you know, that's silly. Oh, I know what it was, Becky. Do you still want to do a charms thing next week? We're going to work on our August book this Tuesday. Yes. Thank you, Janet. Okay, words are very difficult today. Tuesday at noon Central on Lisa's channel. We're going to put the cover together. We're going to cover the cover with fabric is what the plan is. Lisa, you weren't here. Just a minute and I'll show you the fabric that I got yesterday that I'm going to use for my cover. I'm I'm going to either use this green one or this maroon one. They're both very odd faux suede things. Hi, Christine. Okay, so Becky, did you say yes or no? I missed whether or not you said yes. Okay, all right. So this coming Tuesday at noon Central, we are going to be making our August book. The Tuesday after that, Becky and I are going to do charms and charm segments and dangly things. I have to cut this lady off a little bit because she has holes in her from the book. Okay. I can get away with that hole and that hole. Yes, to attach to books, and you can just do all kinds of things with them. Beady Bits of Fun. There you go. Beady Bits of Fun. And we're going to do it on my channel. And I was going to make video, and I didn't get it done, but I will get it done this next week on all the stuff you need. Or the stuff that would be good to have, I should say. Not that you need, that would be good to have. Oh, these are going to work out real well. Okay, what's going on? Oh, attached to books are... That's okay, Dawn. I will kind of do a what you can have, what you... I promise that this week, like I said, I was going to do it yesterday. Jeffrey was supposed to go on a Jeep ride yesterday, or there was a Jeep ride planned. And so I was going to make videos yesterday. And then the opportunity for that garage sale came up, and Jeffrey just really didn't... The Jeep ride was not off-road. It wasn't out in the woods, you know, that kind of thing. It was a ride down to Panama City, and he just decided he didn't want to do it. So instead, he took me to garage sales and the thrift store and all that stuff. So, needless to say, my getting beads, or not beads, but videos done did not happen. I was lazy. I came home and tried to take a nap. That didn't happen. He took a good long couple of hour nap. We watched a movie. We were just really lazy yesterday. Which, you know, that makes 2 weekends in a row. The weekend before at the camp out, I slept twice. I slept 2 days in a row. I took a nap. I can never take a nap. It's just amazing to me that I can't take a nap, but I can't. Usually. There's too much going on in my head. It's bad enough trying to go to sleep at night. And just so you know, I'm paying attention to the glue and not the chat. And boy, this stuff's getting hard to get out. There we go. Opposite of... Yes, Becky. For next Sunday? Okay, wait a minute. No, Susan, we're going to do the charms a week from this Tuesday. We're going to do the charms on a Tuesday at noon Central. I'm not sure what that date is. Becky, can you tell me what date that is? We're doing our August book on Lisa's channel this Tuesday, and then Becky and I are going to do charms on my channel the following Tuesday. Okay, now that is why I might need wax paper. Okay. Yeah. Probably better get out a piece. August 13th. Thank you. For next Sunday, we'll be making another pop-up. And you will need a base of cereal box if you're doing a base like I am, or so there's one. I finished one. Cardstock, 8.5 by 11 cardstock, images. Where'd it go? All these things to make some kind of a pop-up, and it will be a slightly different pop-up than this one. So it'll give you another fold, another look. Okay? Yes, Becky, yeah, we were kind of lazy this Saturday. Okay. Let's remeasure this book again, because the 9 3/4 didn't quite give me the right amount. Helps if you use the... I hate it when the ruler doesn't start at the beginning and it starts at the edge in a 1/16 of an inch. Okay. Well, that's really 9 3/4, so I just really need to make sure it's a solid 9 3/4. Try to cut that off a little too close. There we go. Probably ought to cut this measurement first. Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, Susan, on a wood ruler I totally understand it, but on that metal ruler I don't quite understand it, but it's just the way it is. I just, need to get a grip and not worry about it. Or get a different ruler. I could do that. Oh, goody, this piece has 2 ladies on it. Well, that will work perfectly. 2 princesses. This is princess paper. Yeah, that's it. I mean, just like Jeffrey's doing whatever to get everything done. They just don't rest. There, that's a little bit better as far as the length. I just need to make sure that that it's a solid 9 3/4. The other thing is when I use this, if I don't pull this down all the way, if for some reason it was up just a little bit, then of course my measurement's off. So what is starting over on the timers? Yeah, well, that's true, Dawn. We do need naps. Sometimes we just need naps. I know that last weekend, resting at the campground, I got a lot of work done this last week. And probably would have yesterday had, we not changed our plans. But, it was fun to go do something different. So that's what we did. We went and did something different. We also ate out twice. And then ate the leftovers from eating out for dinner. So I didn't cook it all yesterday. We ate terrible. We went and had breakfast at Crystal's, which is, fast food breakfast. And then, while we were at their first garage sale, second garage sale, somebody had gizzards from, we found out from Racetrack or Raceway or whatever the gas station is. And Jeffrey really likes good gizzards and livers. So he said, I want those for lunch. So we piddled around up in that general area until it was close enough that he could, because we ate early, close enough that he could eat lunch. So I had a chicken strip for lunch. And he had gizzards and livers, which is disgusting to me, but he likes them. I don't cook them because I can't stand the smell of that stuff cooking. So he has to eat them out. And the gas station of all places had really good ones apparently, because he really enjoyed it. There has to be a better way. I might have to get out a new bottle of glue, because this one, while it's got glue in it, it's getting hard to squeeze. Crispy fried chicken livers. Yeah, Susan knew and my husband would get along very well. Oh. Aha. Okay. That's what she was setting alarms for. Okay. Well, it would help if I stuck that in first, wouldn't it? There we go. There we go. Lori likes them too. Okay. Well, he said the livers were a bit hard and dry. But he likes his livers and gizzards soft. So, you know, that's just the way he is. And you guys can all have them. Yeah, yeah, Becky? Yep. Innards. Yes, that's it. That's innards. uh, yeah, why would you want to eat innards? But then I've eaten some weird things. Now, I can't tell you that I want to eat them again. I've actually eaten Rocky Mountain oysters and buffalo and, you know, a few other things, that frogs, of course. We were discussing the fact the other day that I have not eaten alligator, and that is something I do want to try. I've eaten shark. There we go. Say, I don't know that Jeffrey likes them that way. Well, I've eaten them, Susan, when we were actually in Colorado. There's a restaurant in Denver that's supposedly their signature dish. And I'm always willing to try something once. Now, I still have not got the ability to, I don't think, eat a bug that is crunchy. I've eaten ants. Let's see. Ants are probably the only insect I've eaten. But they're not crunchy. Anything that's crunchy, I'm like thinking, ew, gross. Oh, do you guys remember 2 Sundays ago when I was on and Jeff came in and our friend had killed a rattlesnake? That rattler was like this long. It was big. That was one big snake. Worst of it all was is his wife nearly went up on it, stepped up on it. It was too close for comfort. They get rid of a lot of water moccasins, but this is the first rattlesnake they've had. It's not like their property is not perfect for rattlesnakes, but it's just not real common. But apparently the neighborhood out there's had 2 this year, so must just be the right weather for them. And this one was big. So, luckily he saw it in time and hollered at her, and nobody got hurt except the snake. Bye, Mary. I'm sorry, Mary. I hope you heard me. Bye, Mary. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I hope to see your pop-up. Will you show your pop-up tomorrow? Did she say, guys? I wasn't paying attention to chat. Susan, I've heard that alligator's really good. I love frog legs, but I haven't had them in a long time. In the restaurant, they're expensive. We used to have them when I was younger. My cousin and his cousins would catch them, and we would have, my cousin's grandma would cook them. Ooh. Jeez, Susan. Well, that's apparently the rattlesnake really upset them because I mean, like I said, he kills water moccasins all the time. They're just real common out there. Okay, that's 2. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Lori, I mean, we had them in, we had them in South Dakota too, but not common enough to really worry over. Um, that's the thing, that we didn't have to worry about them because they were, you know, they weren't usually in the yard. We had snakes in the yard. They were just corn snakes, grass snakes kind of thing. Nothing worrisome really in the yard. We had friends who would have to go out in the fields, and they would make sure that they had on heavy pants and stuff like that when they went out in the field. Thank you, Janet. Like I said, the group does these for the homeless shelter every year. 6 3/4. Okay, that I don't like because I'm trying to get the best look of everything. If I cut off a little on this side, then all 3 characters will show. He doesn't need both of his ears now, does he? You know, it's just to give him something that's a little bit theirs. The other thing is I think the counselor at the homeless shelter, I think that they do some journal writing as part of what they do. There, that's better. I can see all 3 characters. We have they have water moccasins out there. We have canebrake rattlesnakes. See, that's the thing, Becky. You know, you don't see them very often. That's the big thing, is that honestly we don't see them very often, and usually they're not that close. Now, last year he killed about 37, I think, water moccasins, but they are down on the river. That's not uncommon for them to see that many water moccasins. Okay, that is not straight. Okay, 6 3/4. But apparently the water moccasins don't frighten him very much because he just kills them with a stick half the time. Either they don't move as fast or something. I don't know. Well, Cabo says old cottonmouths, yeah. The other thing is, Susan, you're right. He does not. They had a water snake here recently. Great big. I mean, it was a huge water snake. But whatever it was a good snake. So they were just watching it. Okay. But they have a place on the river, and they spend a lot of time on the river. And you know, the rivers here also have alligators in them, so isn't a cottonmouth and water moccasin, are they not about the same? Yes, we would be overrun with rodents if we didn't have snakes. So and in Nebraska and South Dakota especially, because you know, mice love being in the cornfields, and they would come in the winter time, so it was good to have the good snakes. I didn't particularly like them in the yard. I made Jeffrey take them across the street. I figured if they would come back, there used to be a nest that for some unknown reason, this snake nested underneath the cement right in front of my studio door. One day I went to come out, and going up the side light on the studio door, there was a snake. I was like, no, no, no. So Jeff I made him take him across the highway. There was a pond and a field and all that nice stuff over there. I said if they made it back across 6 lanes of traffic, they could stay in the yard. But one day he took about 9 snakes across the highway. I don't know how we got to talking about snakes, guys. I do too. I started it. That is a 6 foot. Oh, that is a good snake, a really good snake. I wish we could get a black snake, Kendra, because they eat they eat bad snakes. Al and Emily also have a coach whip, and it's in their wood pile basically, I think. He's taken pictures of it before too. I've not seen it in person, but we were out there yesterday morning because we had gone to the garage sale, and they have hummingbirds just all over. We're sitting on the back porch. They have a screened in back porch, and it was early, and we were sitting there, and the hummingbird came right up to the feeder with us sitting about 4 feet away, just inside the screen, and he kept coming back. So, but those little things are aggressive. They will fight with each other. They are ornery little things. I didn't realize they were so ornery. I would have been freaked out too, Barbara. We were, when Brandon was little, we were camping. There's a state park just north of the Florida-Alabama line in Alabama, just not too far from here. And we were camping up there with Jeff's parents, and we had Brandon in the water, and Jeff's mom and I are sitting in the water. because it was hot, you know. And Jeff's dad starts saying, get out of the water. Get out of the water. Get out of the water. That's all he was saying, just get out of the water. And he's getting up out of the chair because he's sitting on the beach. And Jeff realized what was happening, and all he did was pick Brandon up out of the water and stand there perfectly still. The snake went between Jeff and Brandon and Jeff's mom and I. Big old water moccasin. Needless to say, we did not go back in the water. And this is in a swimming area. Yep, that's right. And that's right, Susan. That's what he says they do. That they fight each other and keep them away from the. That's right, Becky. Give him. But Barbara, that would have scared me to death. Okay. Okay. That'll be cute. Now then, will this be enough? Yep. What gets me is that water moccasins are pretty far north. I have family up around Clinton, Illinois. And I didn't realize how bad the water moccasins are up there. It's been a long time ago, but some guy fell out of his boat. He was fishing and he fell out of the boat and fell into a nest of them. But that year they had a lot of problems, I guess. I went to school in Illinois, so. But I really thought it was a little cold up there for them, but apparently not. I didn't realize they were quite so far north. Well, Barbara, at least, you know, if they could get rid of some of them. A couple of years ago, out where my friends live, their son-in-law come in and they keep a special gun for snakes, believe it or not, in their four-wheeler. And their son-in-law had called up and asked if he could use the gun to shoot a snake, and they said, well, of course, that's what it's there for, you know. And they opened that snake up, and it was full of babies, and it would have had babies right there where their kids and their grandkids were swimming. So it was. Okay, that's, yeah. Now, we are in North Florida, and I know that in the past there have been coral snakes here, but I have never heard of anybody seeing one. But it has gotten where it's kind of cold here in the wintertime sometimes. So, you know, that may be part of it, that we're not getting that it's getting cold enough in the winter. But I thought they went clear up into North Carolina. We need to change the subject. Okay, so they don't need wet. Apparently the hummingbirds are supposed to start migrating soon, because Al said that He's got a new camera, and he's been taking pictures of all the birds and all kinds of things. He said that he can't wait because he wants to try to stop motion their wings, which is really hard to do. Seeing how he's got the new camera, he's going to try to set up and do that. So he can't wait for them to migrate, because then there'll be more of them. It's more likely that he would catch one. I wish that this didn't have to be tacky glue. Oh, Susan. Now, our cat used to bring me snakes all the time. He just thought those were the best presents, I guess. And unfortunately, he would leave them alive. I would think they were dead. I'd go out there to sweep them off the deck with the broom, and sure enough, they would be alive, and they would pop up, and they would run away. It was like, oh, just what you had to bring me. You know, this wallpaper is going to make these. I'm liking the idea of the wallpaper, because the little bit of vinyl on it is also going to make these last longer. So that's making me happy too. Now then, this one, unfortunately, I'm going to have to use a big chunk of this paper. Either that, or I could do it like that. Which one, Susan? The baseball? Lisa, they are going to the homeless shelter for kids that live at the homeless shelter, just so they have something a little more personalized. The art association that I belong to here, they do this every fall, and we try to get them done in August so that they have them as soon as school starts. It's so that kids that have nothing they have something a little bit personal. That's the plan for them. Yeah, the baseball. I'm thinking, guys, that I might. Oh, I could do that. Oh, that might be cool. What do you think about that, guys? Oh, wait. No. No, no, no. Okay, Barbara. Like using the red cover with the baseballs. So this part, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I have to put some of something on here. So I'm thinking I will put it on like that. I think that will look nice. And then on the back, I'll just use whatever's left. Okay. I didn't have a green one, Susan. I used the green one already, and I don't have another green one. So that's what I was looking for. I thought about that too, that the green one might make it look like a field, but I didn't have another one. So it will be a red one. Okay. Now then, what do I need? I need, oh, ruler. Oh, about 4 inches of it. Okay, which side is straight? Don't know. That one's not straight. Is this one straight? Yep. Okay. Oh, wow, Susan. Okay. So if I put this one up here, and then I'll put this one right, oh, I forgot to cut that, didn't I? Shoot. Right there. Baseball moves very slowly to me. Jeff does not watch baseball either to speak of. He sometimes watches basketball. Okay, so to get that straight, aha, there needs to be, well, that's what I was afraid of. These baseballs are not, they're not all on the same line as far as where they sit. Becky, Jeff watches very little. Our friends, they watch the Auburn, Alabama games, so he does go do that once in a while, I think. May have to trim that off after the fact because of how hard it was to get it cut. Jeff likes to watch basketball once in a while. Every once in a while I catch him watching golf, and I've tried to figure out how he could stand to sit and watch golf. And you know, he likes to watch football silently, so if he's watching football, it's because he doesn't have to pay total attention to it. And he didn't used to watch any sports at all. He watches some now, but that's just, you know, a little bit here and there. Nothing big. Nothing he can't live without if he has to. You know, our friends are diehard Alabama fans, and Jeff really, so much of the time Alabama plays teams that are not really in their class. So Jeff doesn't even like to go watch those games. He's like, if you're going to win by that many points, why do it? There we go. For some reason, my fingers are getting all black. That glue is kind of sticky, I guess. I'm so glad you guys didn't mind me doing this because, you know, I really need to get it done. Yeah, that's gonna look real cute. Australian football, no padding, no. Oh, Jeff used to play rugby. And yeah, they were some pretty short shorts, Susan. Yep. What was it? He wanted to see the women's soccer tournament thing, and then thought he couldn't get it, and because you know we don't have fancy TV, and then realized too late that it was actually. I told him I thought it was on our TV, but he said no, and then found out it really was on our TV. Yeah, when we were first married, Jeff played rugby pretty much every week. But man, that stuff is hard on them. No padding, and they definitely do not pull any punches. Nope, not me. Of course, we didn't go to school down here, Joyce. We went to school in Southern Illinois. Can't talk. Southern Illinois. I think that's cute with the red on it. I think it turned out real well. I'm pleased with that. That makes me happy. It really looks good. Now I wasn't sure what I was going to do about it, so that's. And then this one can just go on this piece, like so. Oh, look at there. How about that? It's got a little hole in it, but it'll be okay. Yep, that's right, Susan. Yep, and then they do it again. All right. It has a little hole in it, but I think it'll be all right. I don't think it'll be noticeable as long as I get it glued down real well. I was real pleased that I remembered that the one wallpaper book had so many kids things in it, which makes me think I need to stop by the wallpaper guy and show him what I did. Thank you, Susan. Dang, it's hot in here. Credit card. Jeffrey, are you getting up? Is that what I hear? I asked if you were getting up.
Yeah, I was going to see if you need something to drink.
Aw, that's exactly what I need.
Because I'm getting me something.
Okay. Sounds like a deal. Oh, that just came out perfect. Yes, 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 yes. No, that's right, Susan. And to not have anything that's yours personally, not to have anything different than anybody else's. I thought that this is one of those things. One of the thrift stores we go to up in Molino, yeah. Somebody had asked her when the coats were coming out because they have really, really, really good prices on their clothing, and they were gonna come buy jackets for the homeless. So she was telling them when the jackets would be out. One of the things about the art association that I belong to is that there's a lot of teachers in it, or previous teachers, teachers that have retired or gone on to do something else. Thank you very much, honey. I appreciate it. It's just like foster kids and not being able to, a lot of times foster kids have a hard time at school too because they're being moved and they don't have things. That's why my mama started making all the pillowcases, is that it was to be moved, to help kids move, not be moved in garbage bags. There was somebody recently who said that the foster care system really liked to have you donate used luggage if you were going to donate it somewhere, that the foster care system would keep luggage so that the kids could be moved in luggage instead of being moved in bags and stuff. That's something to think about if you've got luggage that needs to go somewhere. Oh yeah, it came out real cute. I think this makes, oh, it makes 4. I've gotten all of 4 done. Wow. But you guys are keeping me company while I'm doing it. I'll have to go after a while and I'm pretty sure it was a Kentucky-based place that was specifically asking for it, Susan, but she said if you don't have their particular branch of whatever it is in wherever you live, that any foster care system is usually very happy to have luggage. So, okay, come on now, behave yourself. That's where the baseball stuck out past things a little bit. I will also go back later and round the corners of the pieces that I stick out, but I have to wait till the glue dries. Okay. I'm wondering if I can do about the same thing with these, is to put it on and just use the red. Yeah, that'll be cute because it's got little bits of red in it. So that is what I'm going to do with that. But I think I need to trim that up a little bit so that it sits in the middle more. And then I'll just put the other one on the back side. Wow, Susan. All the food banks here also have rooms full of clothes. That's another thing about this particular shelter is that he's been known to pick someone up and take them to, not shelter, to the thrift store and just go through the racks and let them take what they need. So it's a pretty worthwhile place to shop. I didn't want to make Jeffrey sit through it. I'm going to go up there. They have a really good price on clothing, and I want to go up there and get things to cut up actually as fabric. There's certain, of all the things, there's certain fabrics I don't have a lot of. I have tons of fabric. Don't get me wrong. I have tons of fabric. But I don't have a lot of fancy fabrics. Okay, how far over is 6 3/4? Okay, I think that looks good. Pull it a little further. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Janet. Yes, Lisa put up a video of all the things you need for the hangout on Tuesday. Hang out, craft together, craft along. Book project for August. And it will be Tuesday. This coming Tuesday at noon Central Time on Lisa's channel. That piece of blue in there might work for something. I'm going to hold on to it until I get finished. I love this truck. I just think this is the best truck ever. Okay. Goodness, Susan. And yes, thank you very much, Janet. My Jeff's sister was a teacher, and we used to get clothes. She would keep clothes in her. Of course, she taught young children, and every once in a while, you know, one would have an accident or something, and she kept clothes because she found out these kids, their parents would make sure that they got dressed on the outside because a lot of times they didn't have money for things under their clothes. So we always kept underwear and socks and stuff like that. She kept them in her room. She taught kindergarten for a long time. Well, she actually taught special needs before she was a teacher. She was a TA in the special needs room. And then she taught kindergarten and third grade. And I think she really liked her kindergartners. But she had a lot of kids with disabilities because she was fluent in sign language and a few other things like that. She worked with kids before she got her teaching certificate that often were deaf. My hand is starting to wear out. Well, that worked out so much better than I expected it to work out. I thought I was going to have to line those two. That worked out real well. I'm pleased with that. That's true, Susan. That's true. Oh, he's cute. He's cute. He's cute. He's cute. I better turn it right side up or I'll do it wrong. Is that right? Is that, yeah. Well, now that's interesting. That's not square. Oh, fudge. What did I do? Hi, Linda. Pin was here earlier when we were doing our pop-up. Well, that's really nasty. I really got that all cattywampus. I don't know how I managed that. There we go. All right, be all right now. You want to see our project for today, Linda? We finished it a while ago. This is our project. We did a pop-up card. Yay! I think Pin was going to try to make one. So hot. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. It's probably the middle of the night for you. Oh, Becky, had you not seen it? She's cool by association. Is that it, Linda? Oh, it's 11 p.m. Yes. Oh, Becky, yeah. I'll show it to you. You'll have to make one. It was fun. Now, I put mine on a base. Mary's not going to put hers on a base. She's going to do something else. I can't wait to see what she did. She got her pop-up done. She did not do, just a minute and I'll show you. She said she didn't do a lot of the little side pieces that I did. I did a bunch of little extensions of my pop-up is basically what they are. I'll get it back out and show it to you in just a second. If I let go of the glue bottle, I'll never get it squeezed enough again to get anything out. Okay, come on now. You can't be doing that. Okay. When you make the pop-up, this is the piece that pops up, and these are all the extensions I'm talking about. If you see here, they come off of this piece. Like so. So it has 3 dimensions. You can even see the shadows in the piece. And basically they're put on with these little pieces right here. Oops, that one keeps coming apart because I didn't use good glue, you know. They're put on with these little pieces. Yep, Linda, that's a composition notebook. I'm covering composition. Floop, floop, floop. I am covering composition notebooks. It's a service project that we do every year. And I had some good kids wallpaper samples. And so I am using the wallpaper samples to cover the composition notebooks. I got this piece. And then they'll go to the homeless shelter, and it's something we do every year. Last year I made little creatures, and I put little creatures, I painted them and whatnot, but this year I just don't have time to do that, so I'm not doing it. Okay, 9 3/4. Yep. It's a nice piece of silver. Her name was Margarita because she was a cool Mexican drink, okay? I wouldn't have thought about it either, Lisa or Susan. If it had not been for the group. You know, it's one of those things that I would have never thought of. You know, if it wasn't on my radar, so okay, that's an interesting piece. So if I put this one on the front, last, okay. And what am I going to put on the back? This is kind of like a tire tread, so I'm thinking that I might just put it on. Four and a half. She's talking about the homeless. I agree, Kendra. Um, the Okay, here's a big problem with these pieces of paper. The top and the bottoms are not straight. So if I don't get the right edge straightened out, then I end up, it's the wrong measurement. I think, Susan, they try to keep families together if the parents are, are able. That's a cute little piece, even though it's not a very big piece. Okay, so what did I decide I needed? I think it was 4.5 inches. Yeah, 4.5 inches. Sorry, my brain I think is getting a little tired. I'm probably going to stop pretty soon. That doesn't look too bad with it pieced together like that. I think it looks pretty good. Um, like I said, last year I painted these. I painted them all with gesso, and then I painted them, and then I added little creatures that I I made. They were like little monsters. I tried to dress a few of the monsters in little skirts so that they were cute. And I hadn't even thought about just putting paper on some of them, so, just like cardstock, fun cardstock. And I might, if my books hold out, because I got a big old stack of them. I ran into a deal at a local discount store, and they were real inexpensive. Like, I think they were a quarter. And so I bought a bunch. And I may see if I've got some more teen type paper of some kind. I got plenty of scrapbook paper that I could use too. I had, I had several books. How ready to get? I would think so, Lisa. Wide ruled ones for, let me just go if I remember. You know what? They didn't seem to care, but these are not college ruled. I think that that the shelter just kind of like handed out whatever they could hand out, because for one thing, if you're talking to a little kid, a lot of times they use 2 lines because they use that line in the middle to well, that's good. I got the wax paper in the wrong place. The wax paper is only there in case I squish it out past the edge, but still. A few of them do, Linda. And that's why it's apparently the particular shelter that these go to, the counselor also works with the kids to write down their feelings and things like that. So frankly, you know a kid's going to color on it and draw on it and all that kind of stuff to make it their own too, but if they have something at least a little bit personalized, that's where that's what the plan is. A little bit of personalization. Well, that's good, Patricia. Yeah, that's the whole thing, Susan. And that's, I wouldn't have thought to do it. I'm glad that the girls in the group thought to do it. And it's off up there a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Oh, he is just too cool. The sun is back out. As nasty as it was a little while ago, the sun is back out. As you can tell by all of the... I don't know, I'm getting it. I have not had good color or anything today, so I don't know. Lisa, did you decide to keeping the second camera? I really liked how we could see both you and Hannah in the pictures that for your video. That works really well. That'll work really well this week. Postal scale works, so we got... Oh, cool! Becky, yeah, having a postal scale is really good. It really helps a lot. I wish I could get one of those little quarter, it's a little piece of cardboard that the post office uses, and it has a 1/4-inch slot in it. Now, granted, I could probably cut my own, but, it would be better if I could get one of those. But apparently they don't sell them, so... I've been looking for one. Of course, I haven't looked real hard. Because, you know, when you're sending a 6x9 envelope, it's still a regular stamp until you get to a 1/4 of an inch thick. If it gets to be a 1/4 of an inch thick, then it has to go as a package. My arm is going to be so tired. Hello, Elemental. Yeah, they do, Kendra. I can tell you that they find way better stuff than we do. Scott's probably downstairs working on that new sander. Oh, Becky, did you get my message about the Verathane? Let me get this on here so I can read. I think I sent you a message about it, and I think you answered me, but I don't remember. The product is Verathane, Varathane. If you get that and you put your coats on within 24 hours, you don't have to sand in between the coats, and it's self-leveling, and you mop it on. That's what Jeffrey's used it on 3 houses now, so it holds up real well. The what? Verathane. I will write it down in just a second, Becky. But he put a lot of coats on my studio because he knew that my studio would be under duress, is what he figured that it would be. It would be very stressful for my poor little studio floor. But we've put this on several floors on several houses. It's water-based. Wait a minute. There are 2. One is water-based. You want to get the water-based one because then you can clean it up. You mop it on, and it's self-leveling, so that if you mop and it isn't real smooth, it will level itself out. Okay, Lisa. And then you do not have to sand between coats. That is the biggest thing. As long as you don't let it dry too terribly long. I think it's like 24 hours to 3 days. So the 24 hours later, you can still put on another coat without sanding. If you go 3 days, then you got to sand between. Tell him to look into it and to look into the water-based one. Like I said, we've used it on 3 houses now. On 3 different kinds of flooring, of wood flooring. The house in Nebraska had cottonwood on the floor. And then, oh, there's another baseball in there. Oh, no, I see what that is. And he used it on this entire house. Then in South Dakota, we used it on a couple of houses we used it on a couple of rooms. Okay, so I have this, but I also have these 2 pieces. And I'm thinking I could put that on just like that and use the red. And like that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work on that one. That's cool, Patricia. Oil it good before you start sewing. I mean, don't try to just sew straight out of the box if it's not been used to a lot. Um, in other words, move slowly. Let the oil get brought back up to the top of the thing. That's cool, Patricia. Yeah, these are wallpapers, Linda. I had I had a wallpaper sample book. Okay, so if I put that one on there, I can. Let's make sure I don't need that for anything else. Okay. Now that might be cute too. Okay. I may just put this on half of this because then I have a half a sheet to go with this. Let's see. Because I didn't have anything to go with this. And I can put this on there like so. That might not use that one. We'll see. Okay. Susan, that's true. Yes. Have it serviced. I would, Patricia, before I ever tried to sew on it, I'd have it serviced. And it would be best if you could find a FAF dealer to service it. You should be able to. The thing about that is that then they can oil it all up inside, because inside is where it's going to need to be really dealt with. Okay, this is definitely, this edge is actually crooked. If you can see that right there, that's crooked. So I guess what I'm going to do is straighten it here. That's not going to work. This book was very crookedy. I did not realize how crooked it was until I sat down to try to trim these. Okay. I'm just going to give myself about a half a sheet. I think I will go ahead and cut this other side so that I don't get confused. Well, I'm still not sure it's straight. It's not. Oops. Sorry guys, I'm not paying attention to chat and I'm not bad girl. The little old ladies. I wonder where is that, Susan? The accessories are pretty too. Oh yeah, Patricia. Old machine accessories. I love them. I think they're gorgeous. I've always thought that they were just, the accessories themselves were fun. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Susan. That might not be the greatest sheet anyways. The more I thought about it, the more I thought that might not. New word. Jupiter, Florida. Okay, I should know where that's at. Why do I not know where that's at? Of course, I'm not originally from Florida, but I usually know about where things are. Oh my goodness, that is just not gonna happen. Let's see if this one's open. This one is not open yet. Okay. Let's put this on there for right now. My hand is just too tired to keep doing this if I don't. Yeah, that's way better. The glue actually gets thick somewhere along the line. I don't know. This bottle is not that old. Ooh, but I certainly don't need that much glue. Well, that was an awful big glue bottle for tacky glue. The big thing is tacky glue seems to get so sticky. Has she showed how it works yet?